Have you ever put on an outfit, glanced in the mirror, and thought, why does this look off? You can't quite put your finger on it, but something just doesn't feel like you anymore? Well, welcome to the club. Today, we're breaking down 15 common wardrobe mistakes that sophisticated women over 50 simply do not make. And make sure you stay with me till the end because I'm revealing one secret wardrobe trick that instantly transforms any outfit. Now grab your tea, coffee, or a cheeky glass of wine, and let's chat. Chasing every trend. We've all had that moment where you see a 22-year-old in parachute pants and think, maybe I could pull those off. You probably could, honestly, but would you feel like yourself in them? Sophisticated women know this truth. Not every trend is made for everyone, and that's the beauty of style. When you stop chasing what's in and start leaning into what's yours, you unlock a whole new level of elegance. So ask yourself, do I feel empowered in this? Not just, do I look cool? But does this outfit feel aligned with the woman I've become? And let's be honest, do you really want to buy another micro trend that'll be outdated by next season? Dressing like it's still 1995. Speaking of outdated, yes, there's nostalgic, and then there's just outdated. That one boxy blazer you've been holding on to just in case shoulder pads come back. They might, but in a different way than you remember. Sophisticated style means knowing when to let go. It also doesn't necessarily mean forgetting who you were. It means honoring who you are now. The harsh truth is that style has moved on, and so have you. You don't need to dress like your younger self to prove anything. You've already lived those stories. Time to dress like the woman who's written them, and that's exactly what sophisticated women never do. Oversized clothing. Now, let me get to some actual mistakes. People often think if it's big, it'll hide everything. But oversized clothes don't always hide. They can actually blur your shape completely, and you are certainly not meant to be hidden, especially if you want to look sophisticated. Sophisticated women understand the power of structure. That a perfectly fitted jacket with a cinched waist can do more for your figure and confidence than any tent-like tunic ever could. Still love a flowy piece? Try pairing it with something tailored, loose blouse, fitted jeans, wide-leg trousers, structured blazer. It's all about balance. So you don't need to hide to feel secure, you just need the right fit. And how do you find the right fit? Let's move on to number 4. Skipping the tailor. You can absolutely find great pieces off the rack, but real luxury comes from fit. If you've ever worn pants that felt okay and then tried them again after tailoring, you know the magic. Sophisticated women don't expect clothes to fit them perfectly off the hanger. Instead, they expect to make them fit perfectly. And tailoring isn't just for expensive items. Even a $40 blazer can look like a $400 one with the right adjustments. By the way, have you ever had anything tailored before? And how did it feel like? I'd love to hear your experiences in the comments down below. With that being said, let's move on to number 5. Mistaking comfy for careless. I know that a lot of think you need to sacrifice from your comfort in order to look sophisticated. Well, you absolutely don't need to do that. Comfort and style don't have to be enemies. Yes, elastic waistbands are a godsend, but do they have to come attached to saggy, shapeless pants? Not on my watch. Sophisticated comfort is about choosing soft, breathable, thoughtful pieces, knits with structure, cotton with elegance, shoes you could walk miles in, but that also make you feel like you could run the world. Want a secret? Most people feel better when they look better. So no, you don't need to wear heels and sequins to the grocery store. But that doesn't mean giving up entirely either. You deserve to feel good and look good every day. Over-accessorizing, and more isn't always better either. At some point, the earrings, the chunky necklace, the bangles, the brooch, and the scarf all start begging for attention like toddlers in a toy aisle. Sophisticated women know how to edit. They choose a main point, maybe a stunning pair of earrings or a bold cuff, and let everything else support the look. Think of your outfit like a conversation. Are there too many loud voices? Well, then no one's getting heard. So, before you leave the house, do the classic Coco Chanel test. Take one thing off, trust your instinct. Less truly is more when it comes to accessories. Playing it too safe with color. Moving on, if you want to look and feel sophisticated, never be afraid color. Wearing only neutrals because it feels safe is like eating only plain toast every day. Sure, it works, but where's the flavor? Sophisticated women embrace color strategically. They learn which tones make them glow, and they wear them boldly. Maybe it's a rich berry lipstick, a crimson handbag, or an emerald blouse. It doesn't have to be head to toe. Even the hint of color can uplift your whole vibe. Now, if you're not quite sure what colors flatter you best, this is where a little color analysis can work wonders. Start by taking a look at your skin's undertone. If you tend to look more radiant in gold jewelry, you're probably warm-toned. If silver lights up your face, you might lean cool. And if both seem to work, lucky you, you're likely neutral. Try holding up different colored fabrics to your face, ideally in natural light. Some will make your skin look bright and alive, while others might make you look washed out. Those yes colors are part of your personal palette. That's your skin, eyes, and hair telling you what works. No guesswork required. There's also the seasonal color theory, where people fall into categories like spring, summer, autumn, or winter. It sounds a bit whimsical, but it's surprisingly helpful. Winters usually shine in bold, high-contrast jewel tones. Autumns glow in rich, earthy hues. Springs are made for warm, clear pastels. And summers look dreamy in soft, cool tones. And if you're still unsure, there are even free online tools and apps that can guide you through a quick digital color analysis. Just upload a selfie and let the tech do its thing. You're welcome. Wearing the same uniform daily. Now that we're covered that up, we can move on to the next mistake. We're all creatures of habit, and sometimes habits become ruts. Black pants, white blouse, cardigan, repeat. Sophisticated women refresh their uniform without losing themselves. A personal style formula is great, but only if you keep it evolving. Try swapping in a silky blouse for your usual cotton one, or a bold shoe instead of your trusty flats. Even a new earring shape can wake up an entire look. Ignoring the little details. Also, do not ignore the little details. That tiny hole in the underarm, the makeup smudge on the collar, the fraying hem. You see it. Others might not, but you see it. Sophisticated women treat their clothing with care. They regularly clean, mend, polish, and inspect, not because they're perfectionists, but because they respect their wardrobe. And honestly, when you take care of your clothes, they last longer and make you feel more pulled together. And so next time you do laundry, add a little wardrobe TLC session. Mend what needs mending, toss what's beyond repair, honor the pieces that serve you daily. Do you have some pieces that you still cling on to even though they don't look their best anymore? Let me know in the comments and let's move on. Wearing the wrong undergarments. We need to talk about bras. Yes, again. Because it really is that important. A great bra lifts more than just your bust. It lifts your posture, your outfit, and often your mood. And shapewear is also important, and it doesn't need to be medieval. There are sleek, breathable options now that smooth and support without squeezing the life out of you. The biggest mistake a lot of women make is thinking undergarments are invisible. They're not. They're foundational. Think of them as the scaffolding for your style. Sophisticated women know this and buy their undergarments accordingly. Consult to a professional to get measured and find out what bra actually suits you and what kind of undergarment you should wear. It will do wonders to your outfit and your health. Impulse buying. Moving on, have you ever walked into a store for one thing and come out with 3 tops, a dress, and a pair of boots you'll never wear? Yes, me too. Sophisticated women buy with intention. They don't just shop for now, they shop for how a piece fits into their life, their needs, and their current wardrobe. Here's a trick for you. Next time you're tempted to buy, pause and picture 3 full outfits using that item with what you already own. If you can't, leave it on the rack. Your closet and your pocket will thank you. Dressing for other people's expectations. Another thing is dressing for other people's expectations. It starts subtle. A friend says, "Oh, you're wearing that?" Or a family member says, "You always wear such bright colors." And suddenly, you second guess your choices. Sophisticated women shut that down quickly. Not rudely, but firmly. Because they dress for themselves. They know that style is personal, expressive, and even rebellious at times. So if someone's voice is lingering in your head while you're getting dressed, ask yourself if you feel good in this. That's the only opinion worth following. Has this ever happened to you? Let me know. Letting the seasons sneak up on you. Also, it's amazing how every winter feels like a surprise. Sophisticated women prepare early. They rotate their wardrobe before the first cold snap or heat wave. They repair boots before they're needed. They shop for swimwear in spring, coats in early fall. This kind of wardrobe mindfulness saves money, stress, and that dreaded feeling of, I have nothing to wear while sweating in wool trousers. Neglecting the shoes. Another thing you shouldn't do is neglecting your shoes. Shoes might be the last thing you put on, but they're the first thing people notice. They finish your look. They either improve or ruin your whole outfit. Sophisticated women make shoes part of the outfit planning, not an afterthought. They invest in quality pairs, rotate them wisely, and most importantly, store and maintain them well. Scuffed heels, clean them, worn soles, resole them, need comfort. There are chic orthopedic shoes now that won't scream nursing home. Because, darling, your feet carry you through life. Dress them accordingly, losing the joy in dressing. Now, this one's the heart of it. If getting dressed has started to feel like a chore, let this be your wake-up call. Sophisticated women never forget that style is supposed to be fun. Try a color that makes you laugh. Wear sequins to brunch. Put on your red lipstick for absolutely no reason. Joy is the secret ingredient to true style, so let yourself play again. You're not just getting dressed, you're telling the world who you are today. And the secret weapon? You've been patient, so here it is. Monochrome dressing with texture contrast. One color, head to toe, but play with the feel. A cream cashmere sweater with white jeans and a suede boot is effortless and chic. Or go bold, red pants with a silky red blouse and a cherry lip. It's slimming, sophisticated, and it always looks intentional, even if it took 5 minutes to throw on. Try it, it's simple, stunning, and secretly powerful. So how many of these mistakes felt a little too familiar? If you learned something new or felt inspired, give this video a like, subscribe for more, and tell me in the comments. What's one wardrobe change you're making this season? Until next time, stay stylish, stay joyful, and don't forget, the best accessory is always confidence.